Okay. All right. I still see the monk behind. They're in my screenshot. Those jitters. Look at that. I got a few weapons in the screenshot already. Yeah, so we're going to look at all the weapons now. I guess I might as well start with the ones that are right in front of me, since we've got 3 of them right here. We had other ones before in the screenshots. Unfortunately, Zeph is using the ladle and not the weapon he literally just got. So, you know. That's, you know. Thanks, Zeph. Yeah, I should have maybe started this earlier because weapons always look better in-game instead of in the preview window. I didn't even look at this in the preview window before buying it. I just bought it and went, okay, now let's see what it looks like. So, yeah, we're going to look at all the top weapons now because I don't look at them until I clear. It's like I don't earn the right to even be in their presence until it's done. So the bow is dope. I mean, just look at it. The effect they chose for this, I really like. Some of it's a little top-esque, like the spinny bit, but it's not really because it doesn't have the same type of effect. Yeah, Zeph has priorities, so he's just chilling over there. So the bow, we have the fist weapons, which I'm going to do the above angle here to look at. Okay, so I like those, but unfortunately with Monk, whether or not I like a weapon rarely matters because there's so many good monk weapons, in my opinion, that I very rarely replace the monk weapons that I have. And I honestly don't remember where I'm at for the monk weapon. Those are good though. I do really like those monk weapons. Like if I didn't already have a billion other good monk weapons, I would probably use those. And I would just use them like because they're new as well. The globe, on the other hand, look at that. That globe? Goodness gracious. That's an Astro globe. And I thought Astro globes, I mean, the joke weapon is really good too, but like Astro's been getting some pretty sick globes. So that's another one added to the list. And as you can see, this person is staring deeply into it. Look at it. Look at, they're mesmerized by it. Look at it. They're just staring directly into the center. Just staring directly into the orb. But that's a really good one. So that's Monk, Astro, and that. I saw some of the other ones before when the rest of the group was still logged in. But now we're gonna look at this. Futures Rewritten. So because Zeph's not actually using his weapon, hey, display my gear, please. I have my Final Fantasy 11 glam on. Holy moly. Okay. To be clear, I'm not a huge fan of the Edenmorn models normally. There's a couple I like. That one's okay, but Paladin's also got some crazy good swords. But that's good. Somebody's gonna say, okay, because I thought it, I know somebody else is gonna say it. Is anyone else just gonna call it a Keyblade? Like, I know it's not, but like I can already tell by looking at it that it's gonna remind some people of Oathkeeper and Oblivion. Like, I already know it. I saw it immediately, and now I can't unsee it. All right, but a good weapon. A good weapon, all the same. Let me do this over here, so that way it's easier to see. Now, damn it, now I see it. Or yeah, like it's the Ultima Keyblade. That's what it is. Not really, but like I kind of see it. All right, and then you have the shield. Again, I don't really like the Edenmorn shield as a whole. There are too many good other ultimate and relic shields. The effect is fine, but the sword is the winner. I would use the sword and glam another shield instead, personally. Could be worse, but I think it could be better. The sword's definitely the highlight of the two. Then we have the axe. And the axe, the axe, I will tell you, looks like every other weapon. It looks so much better outside of the preview window, but this one still looks pretty good. Axes, though, again, there's a ton of really, really good ones. So it's tough, but it looks better. But I already know that this thing looks pretty sick outside of the window. The shield looks like grandma cookies. Sure. Hey, I'm the leader now. Now, I just expect all Dark Knight weapons to look good. So, sure hope this one does. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. That's That's about what I expected from a Dark Knight. Yep. That's honestly, I expected it to look exactly like that. That's an ultimate Dark Knight weapon, all right. It's even bigger Keyblade. Yeah, no, so the other one was a Keyblade. This is the Keyblade. Yeah. There we go. It's the Keyblade without the like dual blade shenanigan part going on. There we go. No, it looks great. So that's another winner. So the Paladin sword, really good. The axe looks okay, but there's other axes I like better. The shield, not a huge fan, and that looks good. Somebody said the Gunbreaker one looked great, and I have to assume it looks better outside the window. I'm not a fan. So to talk about the model itself, I'm not wild about the model. I'm sure there's some people who are. I'm not. And obviously my hat is clipping through it. Let me take my gear off so you can actually see it. Don't look at my butt. The effect is good, but it still is not like, I don't know what Gunblade is my favorite, but it's not this. This one's just, again, this one's kind of like the axe, where it's like, I'm okay with it. I don't dislike it. The Bozia one I'm a big fan of. But yeah, that's okay. Just not wild about it. Now I can put my pants back on. Let's do the halberd. Whoops had this on, but I didn't really get a good look at it. Hold on. Let me look at the actual model first. Model's okay. Unfortunately, again, the preview window is going to be a bit of a struggle for a long weapon like that. That actually looks really good. Even in the preview window, I can tell that looks pretty good. The flowers on it and everything. See the little flower effects right here around the side. The wings through the middle. Again, kind of reminds me of the top weapon. Not really. All the effects aren't really reminding me of it, but like the color scheme. Kind of like it is probably a good way to put it. I kind of like it. Again, there are other spears I would pick over it though. So it's not like a must-have for me. The sickle, I'm very curious about. Yeah, that's pretty good. I like that. Even in the preview window, that looks good. I can tell. Sorry, I hit my mic. I can tell how much better that's gonna look outside of the window. It's very similar effect-wise. I mean, they're all gonna be similar effect-wise, but because of the handle being the white wings again, it reminds me, like the Dragoon Spear did the same thing. So let me get a better look up here. Yeah, like that just works. That's one of those things that just works. That's a good one. I would add that to the repertoire. That would probably become my main Reaper. It also is just a really good Reaper like appearance. You know what I mean? Like the job to weapon aesthetic. You know what I mean? Like this just the effect they chose works for Reaper for me at least. I feel, especially at least at the top. I mean, the bottom's good too, but like this part more so. Okay, so there's that. The monk fists we looked at. Just to give you an idea of how different the preview window normally looks. I don't know, these actually look okay in the preview window. Yeah. And like I said, there are so many good monk weapons. It's the only reason why I'm not like crazy about this. It's hard for me to get excited for monk weapons just because there's so many good ones. That picking one is hard enough as is, that adding more makes it like even harder. There's too many good ones for me. There's a lot of bad ones, but there's too many good ones. Samurai. Ooh, I like that. The handle. This effect just works really well for handles as a whole. And yes, I will check the sheath. Don't worry. I know. I may not be a samurai player. Samurai's one is good, though. I like that. Doesn't really remind me of a lightsaber. Thank you for the 2, Yoshi. The sheath I like. Again, I'm not wild about this. I like the sheath, and I like the weapon. And as a not samurai player, if I got this as my new weapon, I would probably glam it over whatever I had before. I don't know how samurai players would go, excuse me. Need something to wet my whistle. Just screamed and didn't drink it away. Yeah, it's clean. Clean is a good way to put it. Yeah. And you know what? That's actually a pretty apt description of all of them so far. And I kind of prefer clean over, like, stop swinging it. You're going to hurt someone. I kind of prefer that over the crazy over-the-top effects. Like, these effects are, you know, they're, don't get me wrong, these are, get it over the top. Hate that. Anyway, I kind of prefer, like, a few flashy effects, but, like, especially the sparkle around the weapon is, yeah, clean. Clean's a good way to put it. Yeah, simple and clean. Like, go back to the Paladin weapons. That'll work great. Okay, let's go to the daggers. I like that. I like that. That's a big W for me. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Ninja daggers work. I would swap to those. Those some damn clean. Yeah, so I knew the Eden Morn daggers were huge, and I liked them when they came out. I'm not a huge fan of the base models, like I said, but I was a fan of the Eden Morn Ninja models. I was normally I'm not crazy about the huge cleavers, but I liked the Eden Morn base model. So those I really like. I would definitely use that, which makes me very curious about the Viper weapon, the Twin Fangs. Let's see. I know Jitter, our monk, said that he was thinking of going to his Viper weapons next. Oh yeah, I see why. Yeah. I see why. I know the kind of person he is. Yeah, I can see why. Yeah, those are good. Yeah. Yep. That works. That works real well. Again, the simple handle effects with just the glow on the blade, it just works. It's clean. It's clean, baby. Now it's Roxas. Stop. The first Kingdom Hearts reference was all we needed. We didn't need a single one after that. Okay? We didn't need any more after the first one. That was enough. Now you can stop. No, you can't Joel either. All right. So we already have the bow. I don't need to show that one again. But now my other Fizz ranged weapons. I don't remember what the base models look like for these. I'm so glad I'm not a Machinist main. I'm so glad I'm not a Machinist main. So glad. So glad I'm not a Machinist main, dude. I'd be so upset if I saw these things. I'd be... Common Machinist, though. I'd be so upset if I saw those. That's, well, Dancer weapons are next. Ooh, okay. Those are... They kind of remind me of the Monk Fist, but just as Dancer weapons. Yeah, no, those are really good. Those... Yeah, those do it for me. Definitely would consider picking those up second. Man, Machinist, that's really unfortunate. My only reaction is, you saw how different my Machinist reaction was to literally every weapon before it? I was instantly upset. These are really good. I gotta say, these are previewing really well. The effects just must preview well. Like the axe, having the reference point for the axe, knowing what it looks like outside the preview window, like I know this is worse than it will look outside, but like these preview pretty well. I'm usually pretty pessimistic about the preview window stuff. All right, so next is Black Mage, aka you didn't play this because you went Picto. I like that. That's good. I like it. I actually think there's a lot of good Black Mage weapons, so again, hard for me to decide. But I really like that. I would probably swap to that and be pretty pleased with that as a Black Mage main. For sure. It's just good. Is that a key? No! I regret making this joke. Yeah, I mean, most of the weapons have the heads, like the like tip of the weapon has a black and white wing for a lot of the longer like pole army style weapons. But this is good. I would swap to that. That's a really good one. Okay, before I click on the summoner book, I need a second to prepare. Summoner books have one of two reactions. Either, wow, that's really good, or, yep, That's a book. Let's see which one it is. Okay, no, that's a good book. Thank good. Actually, the base model for the book already looks good, but with like the flowers along the outside. No, that's a W. That's definitely a W. And then let me get the inside too. Yeah, that's a really good one. The effect makes that book good. I don't think that book is probably that book probably looks terrible without this, but with the effects, it actually looks really good. I like it. It's not bad. Absolutely. I'd be pleased with that as a summoner, especially given how rare summoner weapons are actually good. So thank goodness they got something. Red mage. I'm normally not wild. I figured red mage was going to be a good one, and it is, because again, no matter what the weapon looked like, this was always the focus was always going to look good, because I knew it was just going to be the wing effects pretty much. And then the weapon itself also looks pretty good. It's got enough effects to cover up what I think is probably not that great of a base weapon. Actually, that's not the worst base weapon for a red mage, now that I look at it on its own. No, that actually is a decent looking base weapon for red mage. So with the effect, yeah, it gets a little bit better. If anything, I could probably use a little less in the effect category. But no, that's a good one. I like that. It's very fencery, yes. And then of course the focus. I mean, we all saw that coming, right? I didn't even need to show the focus. Like, we already knew it was going to be the wings floating in the air. Like, that was obvious. So solid weapon. A lot of really good weapons here. It's a pretty good round of weapons. All right, Pictomancer. I liked the Edenmorn. That's one of the few ones I liked. Okay, so my thing is that it's actually, for me, not that much better than the base weapon. The effects on it are very tame compared to a lot of the other weapons. But the good news is it's taking an already good weapon and just kind of making it better. It's just not like a vast improvement, but it's good. I would still use this. Yeah. The flower effects around it, of course, the wings, the handle at the end, and of course, this itself is, I like the brush more, but I like this. This is good. Thanks, Alice. Yeah, it's just that I really liked the Edenmorn. I actually have the regular Edenmorn one. I got it for when I was leveling. But it feels like there's not as much effects, which actually kind of works. Again, the Edenmorn model was good without everything. So with these few little adjustments, if you just wanted some flashy effects, it's a solid improvement. Thanks for the 112 tequila. And thank you, lady, for the resub as well. Armory Diaz, thank you for the 19. All right, where was I? White mage. Okay. That's right. People play this job. That's good. That's good. This is another one I can tell. It also looks better outside of the window, the preview window. Like, there are some weapons you just know, and that's a good one. That's a really good one. And it's only going to be better. It's the Christmas weapon. Yeah, you get this before Christmas. It's literally got the mistletoe right here. Seraph, thanks for the 8. Clean white mage weapon. It's gonna look even better outside the preview window. If it looks good here, it looks better there. So that's the win. Okay, hold on. The summoner book looked good, but give me a sec. All right, yeah. I figured it was probably just gonna have the wings in a different direction. Actually, the base book itself, I think, looks better as well. I think that actually makes this a slightly better weapon. Because, I think the base weapon itself is better. Especially the outside of it. It's another good book. The Summoner and Scholar weapons actually look good. I like both of them. And yeah, I do think the Scholar weapon is a little better. Only a little better, though. I think the base model is just a little better. So it helps. The effects are nearly identical. The wings are facing different directions, but largely, I mean, that's what they do for most of the books. Like, that's no surprise. The Astro Globe we saw earlier, we know it looks great. We saw the person pondering the orb. And then everyone's been telling me the Sage weapon looks great. So I'm very curious about this. Oh, that's okay. I really like that instead of splitting the effect on each of them, it's 2 and 2. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I really like the way they decided to do that. That's a good one. Thank you, Save, for the 100. I'm not sure which curse it is, but thank you. best of luck on your Fru clear. Yeah. That would have been cool if the Viper weapon did this too. The Viper weapon looks really good, but having one themed on each, I actually think would have been really cool. Yeah, same with the ninja weapons. I actually really like that idea, and I wish they had followed through with it on the other like dual weapons. But those weapons still looked good. This weapon is more... Actually, you know what? I take that back. I'm glad they didn't do it on the Viper and ninja weapons because it makes the Sage weapon that much... Yeah, Sage weapons without effects are kind of big hit or miss. Like, am I going to be crazy about this? No, they need the effects. Yeah, and the Viper weapons also combine. Maybe that's why. I honestly don't think that's the reason, but you know. So yeah, Sage weapons are almost entirely like based on their effects. And this, I think this needed this to like stand out. Or I think it works better. It stands out. I also like that the top two have the dark and light effects on the back. But the bottom two don't. Yeah, they cooked. They even have actually completely different wing designs, it looks like, on each. Maybe not. No, I think it was just the angle I was at. Yeah, no, it was just the angle. It's just because this has the ring, so it was obscuring the other parts. This probably looks so much better outside of the window, too. Yeah, the only weapon that isn't good, in my opinion, is this stupid-looking thing. Look at that. It's just sad. There's a lot of great looking guns in the game. It doesn't mean I can't be sad. Oh yeah, what is the lunch? Let's just go back to looking at it from this side. Just go back to this side. Suddenly this side looks a lot better. I'm glad to be back here. Yeah, the problem is that the lunchbox is always the same, and it just makes this even more depressing. One day, guys, one day, Machinist will... Just one day, all right? That's it. Just one day. I don't know what they're going to get, but one day Machinist will. All right? At some point. Yeah, good fight, good prog, Jitter. But let me stop looking at that because it's upsetting me. But you know what? I am very pleased with my bow, which we skipped over because we already looked at it. But you know, we start on it, we end on it. For anyone who missed the bow. Yeah, look at that Machinist gun and then look at that. And tell me that they didn't make an intern design the Machinist gun. The base model for the Machinist gun was terrible. So, like, it was always going to be a problem. But, like, this in particular, it's you know, just... The quiver. Oh, I actually didn't look at the quiver. It's the Edenmorn quiver, but you know, it looks nicer. And it was a good looking quiver before, so now it just glows. Yeah, I didn't even look at the quiver because the bow itself is something. But it's a nice looking quiver.